The 7th of October, Rabbi Furst, Mishna Berura.
Good morning again. This is Rabbi Shlomo Furst, as we mentioned. This is our second shir in Shiva Salanavshi. In learning Mr. Berura, Hilchos Yom Kippur. And Simin Tov Reish Yud Aleph. Okay. Let's see. Did we finish Sif Aleph? I think we already finished Sif Aleph yesterday. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I guess we're Sif base.
Yeah, we finished.
Okay. So good, very good. Lou, if you'd like to read, you can start with Sif base.
Mayor, do you want to read?
No, that's okay, Lou. If you want to read, that's fine.
Okay. Thank you.
Operation.
כל מלאכה שחייבים עליה בשבת, חייבים עליה ביום כיפור. All work that the person is
Obligated.
liable for, obligated
Liable to it. Yeah.
on Shabbos, he's obligated on Yom Kippur. B'chol sheb'Shabbat patur aval asur, and everything on Shabbat that is not serious but is forbidden. Gam b'yom hakippurim kain. Also, it's the same for Yom Kippur.
Right. So for all intents and purposes, Yom Kippur is just like a Shabbos.
Right. Ella b'Shabbat zidono biskila v'Yom Kippur zidono b'kares. But on Shabbos, the punishment is stoning, death, and on Yom Kippur, the punishment is spiritually cut off.
Right.
B'chol she'asur l'taltalo b'Shabbat asur l'taltalo b'Yom Kippur. And everything that is forbidden, the taltalo is to move.
Right. To handle, to move around.
To handle or to move. On Shabbos, it's forbidden to handle or move it on Yom Kippur. The hitiru lekanev yakar
Yerek, vegetable.
yarak v'lifsoa egozim mincha v'lamala kishechal b'chol. And it's permissible to enter vegetables lekanave vegetable. I'm not sure what that means.
Yep. You can like trim the vegetables. You can prepare the vegetables to be served.
Permissible to prepare vegetables and to crack nuts from mincha and onward that it's ordinary for the ordinary day for the next day?
If Yom Kippur falls on a weekday,
Ah. Okay. Weekday. V'ha'idana nahagu le'asor. But nowadays, the custom is to not do this.
right? Okay, let's stop here and do the Mishnah Berura up till now.
Okay, so we're doing the Mishna on get.
Right.
Shabbat Zadono Kule. But on Shabbat, the punishment, etc. Vigam ha'idana de'eno no heg dine nifashos. And also, the punishment is not, it's not customary to have it be capital punishment. Nikomakom nifka mina le'inyan kim le bidiraba mine.
Let me explain this. This is a concept. Himle Berura name is if a person is obligated in two punishments, so you don't give him the both punishments. You always give him the more stringent of the two punishments, and he's exempt from the second punishment. So that's also relevant here. Kimle Berura, if he would be obligated in two punishments, there would be a difference between Yom Kippur and Shabbos.
Okay. And what is this word, nafka? No, nafka.
Nafka mina.
Naf-
Nafka mina. The
The
practical difference between the two. Right.
Okay. Chovel. I'm sorry. Ha chovel. Bacha vero. Bashabat. Kevan dehaya. Michuyav. Misa. Bidei. Adam. Patur. Mi tashlumin. Va'afilu b'chovel b'shogeg. Let's see. What is v'chachovel?
That a person will wound another person on Shabbos.
And if you
Chovel
wound,
is to inflict a wound.
right, if he inflicts a wound to his friend on Shabbos, since that it is what is mechuyav?
He's obligated in death. He has a death sentence.
He's obligated in death. Through the hand of man, but he's exempt from payment.
Right. Since he's obligated, number one, a death sentence because wounding someone on Shabbos. If he would do that on the weekday, he would only be obligated in his medical expenses, his embarrassment that's caused. like the pain that's caused to him. He would obligate in all these things, which are basically monetary compensations for the wound that he caused to his friend. But since he wounded somebody on Shabbos, so wounding on somebody on Shabbos is a death sentence because of Shabbos. So since he's going to be sentenced to death, he will be exempt from paying them the monetary compensations that he's obligated normally to pay.
Okay. He's so he doesn't have to pay. He's exempt from paying. Va'afilu b'chovel b'shogeg. And even if he wounds him by accident,
Right.
okay. Well, wait, isn't that obvious? If he wounds him on purpose, he's exempt, and obviously, if he wounds him by accident,
Well, he's obligated in the monetary, even by accident, he's obligated in the for the wound. But Shabbos, he's chayav a korban. You can't bring the korban in our times, but if the base of Mikdash was standing, would be obligated to bring a korban.
So if he wounds somebody on Shabbos by accident, he has to bring a korban.
That's right.
So okay, I see. Ukedivoar Bechoshen Mishpat Simon Taf Kuf Tet. And look over in Choshen Mishpat. Ma she'ein kain bayom hakippurim she'ein bo rak kares. And ma she'ein kain means nevertheless.
No, in contrast, Hashem is contrast.
In contrast, on Yom Kippur, he only gets kares.
Right.
He only gets kares instead of having to pay.
Right.
Okay, vehi tiru lekanev yarak. He can prepare vegetables. Yesh shepershu de hai keniva ku. I don't know any of these words.
So they permitted him to prepare the vegetables. Yesh shepershu, there are those who explain Hai Keniva. What is this Keniva, the preparation of vegetables? She notek o mechatek olim. He trims or cuts off the leaves from the stems.
Hatashlumin kidei lahashvosan sheyu muchanim lechatchan ba'erev. He pays in order.
I think this lahashvosan, that they should be prepared and muchanim and ready. Lechatcham ba'erev, they should be ready to be chopped in the evening.
So he's preparing in the afternoon so that in the evening they can be chopped.
Right.
But isn't that preparing for the next day?
In this case, they allowed it. Normally you're not supposed to prepare from Shabbos to the weekday or from Yom Tov to Shabbos. That's why we made, if you remember, we made an Erev Tashina last week, right?
Right.
And we went from the second day Rosh Hashanah, which was Erev Shabbos, to Shabbos, in order to prepare like candles and all the such. We went out of our ways to make an Erev Tashina, which permitted us to make the preparations, which normally would be forbidden from Yom Tov to Shabbos, and certainly from Yom Tov to Kol. So in general, you're right. In general, we forbid. It's midrabanan. It's a gezerah midrabanan, right? That in order not to disgrace the holiness of Shabbos or the holiness of Yom Tov by using the time that we have on Yom Tov for Shabbos for preparation for things which are relevant to the weekdays following the Yom Tov or following the Shabbos. So therefore, Chazal stepped in and said we are forbidden to make any preparations on Shabbos or Yom Tov for the weekdays. But in this case, because people are fasting, right, and they wanted the food to be prepared or as soon as possible after the fast ends, so therefore they allowed the preparation of the vegetables that could be all ready to be chopped up and then prepared to serve immediately upon the end of the fast of Yom Kippur.
Avagav de ketarach bishvil erev shehu chol. Even though, what is this word? Tarach?
From the word tircha, even though he's troubling himself for the sake of the evening, which is
chol.
Weekday.
Right. He tiru, even though he's troubling himself for the weekday, it's permitted. He has a head.
Right. Correct.
Today shalo yitz taref litakein hakol ba'erev usehei nafsho aguma alav. In order that he should not be troubled to fix all the evening, and it should be that his soul, that his self. What is aguma?
There'll be right. We don't want the person to be distressed over the fact that he has to prepare everything on the night after, meaning Motzi Yom Kippur, and therefore he'll feel um, um, he'll feel agumos. He'll feel he'll feel he'll feel gloomy. He'll feel gloomy over the fact that he has to prepare everything after the fast. So therefore, in order to avoid this feeling of gloominess, We want them to give them the opportunity, they can do some preparation beforehand.
V'yesh sheper shu dikniva hu hadachas v'ha yarak l'tzorech erev. What is sheper shu?
There are those that explain. There are those commentaries that explain.
And it has been explained, dikniva. What's dikniva?
To prepare the vegetables,
To prepare vegetables, he is hadchak hayat.
hadakas hayir. Hadakas, it means he's soaking the vegetables in water, so they shouldn't become wilted. He wants the vegetables to be as fresh as possible, so he doesn't want the vegetables to be wilted.
He's soaking them now because of he's going to want them to be soft in the evening.
That's right.
The share gam kain mi ta'am hagal, and it is
It's also permitted for the same reason that we mentioned above. He shouldn't be downcast with all the work he has to do. Motzei Yom Kippur.
The leaf so egozim to crack the nuts. Today sheyiyu muchanim l'tzorech seudas erev v'lo yitztaref litroach bahem la'achar hata'anis. In order that he should be, or that it should be, muchanim, prepared for the needs of the feast in the evening, and not troubling himself with it for after the fast. So basically, he said the same thing with the nuts as with the vegetables.
Basic, right? It's the same basic reason, correct. They shouldn't be overburdened with the thoughts of having to prepare everything on Motzei Yom Kippur. So therefore, we gave him a little leeway that he's able to do some minor preparations to get everything ready for after the fast. So it shouldn't become downcast. On I think the being downcast is specifically if he knew he had all this work to do, he would feel down on Yom Kippur, and that could even affect his ability to fast. People might get a little bit frantic or have panic attacks or who knows what.
Right. I think
Therefore, we let them do a little something that they feel that they'll be well prepared for the food preparations the night after Yom Kippur.
right.
Okay. Good. Let's stop here. Have to pick this up tomorrow. We're in the middle of this, but Bez Hashem will work it out more tomorrow. Bez Hashem.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Okay. Thank you, Lou. Thank you, Mayor. We both have a good
I have to go.
afternoon and hope to see you both tomorrow.
Really not.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you. You're welcome. Shalom. Bye.